Alright, so in this video, I'm going to try and demonstrate one, how to install Parrot OS, and also to be able to access files um, on the host computer from whilst using your virtual machine. Alright, so as you can see, I'm on google.com. I just Google Parrot OS. Alright, so I'm going to go to the downloads, live, security, AMD 64, download, and let's see. All right, so yep, yeah, I'm going to download. Maybe what I'm going to actually do, I think this is fine. I'll save it right here. All right, so that's going to take some time, as you can see over here. So, all right, so the file finished downloading. As you can see, Parrot OS 6.4. All right, so now let's actually. So as you can see, I already have it uh, installed, or I have the operating system already here. But why not create a new one? And let's go through the whole process. So it's going to remain as typical. Now again, with VMware Workstation, you can download this for free. If you just Google VMware Workstation download, it would take with a little bit of searching, you should be able to find how to install it. I think it's going to take you to a website called Broadcom, and you have to create an account, etc. And then they allow you to finally download it for free, because at some point in the past it was not free. All right, so typical, and no installer disk image using that. And let's look for this. All right, so as you can see, I have a whole bunch of download files over here, and I do not have. So downloads. Okay, here's my Parrot. Next. Yeah, that's fine. This is a Linux machine. I'm just going to leave it at Ubuntu. Then I'm going to change this to Parrot OS. Definitely different from this one. Um, I could also call it Parrot HTB. Now, if on the Parrot website, actually, there is an HTB version or Hack the Box version. I think live, let me see. Yep, as you can see, there is a Hack the Box version. You can download that ISO, that's fine. I just prefer just to go with this one. But again, you could download this and follow the same process that I'm going through right now. All right, so I'm just going to call it HTB next, and I'm just going to do this at 64 gigabytes. That should be enough. Store virtual disk as a single disk, single file. Next, customize hardware. I have about 32 gigs of RAM. No, actually, no, I don't. Sorry, I thought I was using another laptop. I actually have 16 gigs of RAM. Now, 4 gigs is fine. I'll just try to move it to maybe 6 or so. All right, everything looks fine. That's good. All right, and click finish. There we go. And I think everything looks about right. So power on this virtual machine. Okay. All right. Enter, try and install, or try or install. All right, and this is all set up and ready. Okay, so right here, install Debian. All right, American English. I actually have another video on my YouTube channel that actually kind of goes through this process. American New York, of course, you would change your zone if anything. English default, erase this. Now, I'm only just going to be using this for HTB, the labs, and that's pretty much it. So I'm not going to encrypt the system or use swap. HTB. Okay, so this is going to take a while. Um, so I'm going to pause this. All right, the installation is done, and I will restart now. Let's see. As you can see, it's installed, and let's boot into it for the first time. Now, when you're using, usually within the virtual machine, as you can see, I can freely move my mouse around. Now, if I was to click here, my mouse would disappear. In some instances, even though now it's allowing me, in some instances, it won't allow you to move out of the virtual machine window and actually use your mouse regularly. If that happens, you just press Alt key and that releases it. All right, sorry, Control Alt. All right, so it's done booting. Okay, all right, so um, the next thing we have to do is to create um, an HTTP folder. Well, it doesn't matter what you call it. It could be whatever folder you want to call it. But let me actually, no, I don't want to do updates now. I'm going to do cd, or to navigate, /mnt. I'm going to do an ls. And as you can see, nothing is popping up, right? I did amount, nothing is popping up. So before I actually do this, actually, let me shut this down. Um, all right, so with that shut down, now the problem I was having was this, is that when I would try to um, connect to a dedicated lab, um, and for some weird reason, sometimes I when I get the opportunity, that I'm like, okay, let me try and get some work done. I realize that none of these are available. It doesn't work. It might spin up, but it might not work. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to actually download the files and connect using my own environment. So this is what this main video is about. So here I'm going to go to View VPN, TCP 443, download VPN, and let's see what I'm going to do. Okay, so I already did this. So I'm going to do this. So all right. So I'm just gonna, yeah, replace it. So as you can see, I created a folder. I called it HTB. That's fine. You can call it whatever you want to call it. And once that's downloaded, you need to be able to access it on your VM. So with the VM turned off, so I'm going to go to Edit Virtual Machine Settings. Let's see, Options, Shared Folder, always enabled, Add, Next. And I'm going to browse the path. Desktop, HTTP folder. Again, that's where the file that I downloaded is located in. I'm going to call it HTTP, whatever. That's fine. Now, the read only, I haven't really tried it yet. I'm not sure that should be a problem, or that should affect my ability to be able to use it. So I'm just going to leave it unchecked. Now, in case if that is an issue and you want to come back and fix it, I'm going to just show you. Just go right back to Edit Virtual Machine Settings, Options, your shared folder. Click on this one. Um, uh, and properties, and as you can see, I can check it if that's an issue at all. All right, so now I'm going to boot back into my virtual machine. As you can see right now, my cursor is locked. So again, if you remember, Control Alt, and that releases it. All right, so with that finally done, now let's try to access that folder. Now accessing that folder can be a little problematic. Now, if I go to cd forward slash for the root directory, mnt mount, all right, I do an ls, as you can see, I'm still not seeing anything. So the question is, how do I actually access this folder, even though I shared it? All right, now this is what I'll do. I could just put it right over here. Let's see, access. Um, all right, now I had tried this before. I remember this solution right here actually works. So open the root shell in the VM. Um, I have to be a super user, and then actually that's probably why. Let me see. Um, sudo su. All right, and then I have to make that directory, I think. Uh, there we go. And I'm going to duplicate this tab so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. And I am going to be able to look at it from another window. All right, so I'm super user. Um, so mkdir and /mnt I'm already in MNT, so I really don't have to do that. So that'll be hgfs. Now, because I'm already in MNT, I don't have to type the full command that's actually located. Let me show you. Let's see. As you can see, it says /mnt/hgfs. I'm already in MNT, so I just have to create this directory, which is actually missing. All right. If I was in a different directory, as in, let me just do a cd, all right, and then mkdir/mnt/hgfs. Okay, so cd/mnt. If I do an ls, as you can see, there's my hgfs. Now, if I do an ls hg, nothing's in there. All right, that's fine. The next thing is I need to open my etc fstab file. Configuration file. And I'm going to use nano. Now let me just kind of clean this up. Nano /etc fstab, and yes, I think that's it. Now I am going to need this right here. Add the following line to, so oh, you should be able to easily copy and paste in the VM. All right, right click, paste, and there we go. All right, and Control X, that's what that basically means. Control X, so Control X, and it's going to ask you, do you want to save? Y for yes, and is this the file name? Does everything look good? Press enter. All right, now if I was to do an ls, so ls hg, I still don't see it, right? What I need to do next is actually restart it. So if I restart it, I should be able to see my HCB folder. All right, so I am back, restarted. Now let's run this terminal. And cd/mount hg ls, hopefully works. Bam, as you can see, there's my HTTP folder. Now if I do an cd or navigate in there, and let's do an ls, and as you can see, I have my dedicated lab at fspent at .ovpn. So the next thing is to actually open this. So we have open VPN, I think, and dedicated. Huh, let me see. Am I doing this right? Okay, I'm not super user. Okay, so open VPN, right? Dedicated. There we go. All right, so sudo. I forgot. I restarted it, so I'm not a super user anymore. And type in my password. And let's see. It does its thing. It's weird. dead beef. Okay. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to need another terminal. All right, so another terminal. And the next thing to do is go to hack the box. And I was supposed to spawn the target. Totally forgot. So let me spawn this target and pause. All right, so that's done. Now here's my IP address. All right, the next thing is I have to copy this thing right here. Copy. Let's go back to and 10, 129, 205, 123. I'm not gonna remember it. All right, so paste and let's see. I know it's gonna give me an error since this is a fresh install. So 10 dots. I also gotta remember it. I'm just going to copy it rather than going back and forth. Paste. There we go. And I'm going to try and connect. Let's see. Yes, I knew I was going to say this. All right, X-free RDP is not cannot be found. All right. So sudo apt get update. I don't think I did this, but so let's do an update. Okay. Sudo apt get install X-free RDP. Cannot be found. Okay. If it can't be found, how about we try to search for it? So cache search for X-free RDP. All right, and I found one, and this one is LightDM. Let's see. So install LightDM dash remote dash session dash free RDP2. Did I get that right? Y to continue. All right, so hopefully that was the right tool. Let's try and run that X-free RDP, etc. again. Let's see if it works. Oh yes. Do you trust the above certificate? Y for yes. It's just me. Awesome. There we go. All right, so that's going to be it for this one right here. So I'm connected. Um, and that will be it. I will make another video about actually going through this lab.